to day 2. Everybody, we've made it. We've
Yay!
made it. We're
Mhm.
so excited and we got so much energy to kick you off with. But before we do that, question for you guys. Can I get a few people to throw in the comment section here? I'm here.
I'm here.
Let's go. Tell me you're here. I want to see you. I want to hear you. Let's go. There we go.
Excellent.
All right.
Look at all
Everybody's
those.
awake. Everybody's here. Everybody's coming up. Frank from Hostfully. Guys, I mean, I think we got to talk about Frank Bosi and Fawad Bazzi. We are not cousins. We are not brothers. We are not related. I am not nearly as handsome as that man. We just have very similar last names of different origins that decided to be very like it. Jody's sharing pictures of me without my sleeves on. Thank you for that. I look fantastic. That's my good side. All right. Yeah, I like that, Frank. I love that. You know, I gotta remind you guys. I gotta remind you, we are a little different world and environment when we're not walking through the exhibit hall and from our hotel room and talking to our friends and holding their hands and hugging them and asking them about their kids and all of that. Well, with all of that, and I know we saw a bunch of I'm here's. I hope you guys took a massive amount of value out of day 1. I'm sure you did. I know the rooms that Jody puts together, and just fantastic stuff, guys. Super looking forward to day 2. Guys, our business, we're talking to people. It's sometimes really fun, and we're planning weddings and we're planning events for our guests, and then sometimes we are not having fun and we're fixing light bulbs and locks and all these other things. Everything is about how you handle the situation, right? There's no perfect way to communicate to just talk to your guests, but you've got to have an art. You've got to have an art. You've got to have a personality. You got to let that personality show. Most of the time, it's in messages. So it's very, very important, guys, to reach out and grab your people because we're always in the people industry. So who else? I can't wait to tell you to have you guys hear the story. Who else can teach you the art of guest communication than Tracey Northcott from all the way down under, wherever the hell that is. So let's go.
So thanks, Fuad. Thank you for that introduction. Now, can you all hear me, see me? Give me a thumbs up in the comments. I just want to make sure. Can you also see my screen? So I'm screen sharing. So can you see that? Excellent. So I'm not sure if people were able to get the worksheet, download the worksheet. I think I have the link here and I can drop it into the chat just to grab it, just to get going. Here we go. So there we are. In the interest of just making sure that everyone's got all the resources ready. Look, please excuse me. I'm on my first cup of coffee. It is still dark outside. It is now 5:20 a.m. This is how much I love this community. I got out of bed for this. So please, and also if I'm trip over my words a little bit, just excuse that in advance. But let me kick off. Let me go. Okay, resume. So have we got to the second page? I just want to make sure that it's screen sharing okay. Technical things, because I can see it fine, but I just want to make sure everyone else can say excellent, thumbs up. Wonderful. Look, I wanted to say this session's about the art and the science. So we will be talking about the science and the tech and AI soon, but this session I really wanted to start from the beginning, and just it's always good to have a reset and make sure that we're not handing over our humanity in this business to the machines just yet. I want us to take control of our businesses first and empower you with an authentic voice in your business so that you stand out in this very, very crowded marketplace. So too many businesses are generic. They've commoditized the STR business. Like people think they can exchange one Airbnb for another. That's not us, remember. We are all unique little snowflakes. We have a unique brand and we have a unique voice. And I really want to help you today grab some nuggets and put it into your business. So you're here at this summit because you're looking for excellence in hospitality. right? We're not commoditization. We're not sort of just phoning it in. And in this day and age, you just have to be unique to stand out, and have your voice. And people choose you over somebody else in a very, very crowded marketplace. So, where am I? Here we go. I'm just saying great communication builds trust, and then trust builds the profit. So we all love us some profit. So let's get going. Who am I, and why should you listen to me? So this is me looking a bit cheeky in one of my houses. I'm in Tokyo, as I mentioned before. If you don't know who I am, I've been hosting since 2012. So I specialize in authentic local experiences for families. So I want people to get a taste of what it's like to live here, live in Tokyo, even if it's just for a week. So that's what I specialize in. I specialize in giving people a really authentic local experience. So, and I'm obsessed with branding and guest experiences. I'm a licensed property manager. I've been decided in 2018 that I was going to get serious and get all my licenses and get all my ducks in a row, and be a serious business person with all that. But I also run a multilingual and multicultural team. Look, I'm not a woman of mystery. I have a blog and I have a regular YouTube channel, and I'm a chronic oversharer. So I'm just hoping that you can take some value. This is my goal today. I want you to have some value, and use this in your own businesses, because honestly, I believe that a rising tide will rise all boats. And so let's rise together. So I tripped into this business accidentally, and then I made it. I'm an accidental millionaire. I'm an accidental entrepreneur, but it's because I'm so passionate about our business and what I deliver to my guests. But how do we do it? So why is it important? I know you're all pros in here, but I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. This is the work that you do before you start getting the AI involved. So I'll be talking about AI in a bit, but first I want to optimize your comms so that it is your business, so that you've got your unique voice, and empower you before you get on those toys. So why it's important? It's just that it sets the tone for the entire stay, and it's your voice. You want to let your guests know that you're a pro and that you've got them, and that you've got them covered, and you've got them safe and secure at every point of their journey. You also want to have operational consistency. If you're working with a big team, everyone needs to know where the guests are in that journey, and so what information that you need that's pertinent at the time, and also what information you need to get from the guests at the time. And then this is how you also get the great reviews. So this is for sustainability of a business. So getting great reviews is how we live and breathe. But you want to use psychology to build the trust and the clarity. And also, I'm going to talk about some profitable upsells, because who, again, doesn't want us some money? So guests won't remember the thread count, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So this is really important with your comms. It makes sure that the guests will remember who you are and that they will feel seen. So you've got your workbook. Play around, and I want you to, when you've got some time, I want you to make your own word cloud if you want, or just grab some branding words that define your business and your property. You want to build up a glossary of words that you resonate with, and that your business is that you want your business to shine in the marketplace. So I love me some words. I'm actually an engineer, and I used to build dictionaries for a living. So I do love me some words. So I sit down and I play with words, and I build up a glossary, and that is, yes, I'm a bit of a nerd, I guess, but it means that I've got a unique voice, and I'm not using just the generic terms that ChatGPT will pull out. You want to teach the tools your adjectives, your verbs, your nouns that actually represent your business. So have a cup of coffee, one day this week, sit down with the workbook and just work through it and make that business your own. So this little investment in time, it's an afternoon. It will really take you forward and be a very good tool for your business. And I will reveal all in just a little minute. So this is a little ninja trick. If you collect up a whole bunch of words and have that as a glossary, save it as a text file on your computer, and then dump it into the ChatGPT and then keep refining, keep tweaking. So it will also define your brand for the people who work for you so that they understand what you're building and what you're sharing into the marketplace. All right. So again, I know you're all pros, but I just wanted to set the table a little bit. So I start with the guest journey, and it's a typical, every booking tends to fall into sort of some particular milestones. And at each point along that journey, there is information that you need to give and information that you need to get from the guest. So this is pretty common, again, I guess, for all of our businesses, but the information at each point is unique to your business. So what's right for me, or the words that are right for me, and the information that is right for me is going to be different from you. And that's why in your little worksheet, you've got those checkpoints that you will fill in about what information you need and what information you need to get. And you want to be able to create the messaging that is just in time, that is at the right stage of the journey, so you don't overwhelm guests with telling them about information that is more important to checking in right when they book. So again, you want to match the message with where they're at in the journey. So think like a traveler, but you guide like a pro. And so this is the guest journey, and it's our job to keep the guests moving along. So this is what I've done for my Tokyo family stays. I've built the journey, and I don't know if you can see it, it's a bit small on my screen. My eyes are getting a bit small. And so and it's in your worksheet about at each of those checkpoints, what information I need and what information I need to get. So I'm in Tokyo, I need to collect passports as part of my legal compliance. And so I need that information right up front. I also need to communicate, and I need to find out how people are coming in from the airport. I know from experience that this is the biggest trick, the biggest trouble that people have is they've landed, they're overwhelmed, they don't know how to get in. So it's my job as the host to really just support the guests all the way in. And also, we're not self-check-in, and this is a surprise for a lot of guests. Reminder, we can maximize the screen. Do I need to maximize this screen? Can I make this bigger? Is that better? Anyway, let me push on. Oh, you can. Okay, great. So, you don't need my little face in there because, I'm still bags under my eyes. So just just make the screen big so that you can see it. And again, you're sending the right information at the right time. You set the tone, and I'm trying to empower you to actually get the information that you need for your business. Try not to copy any other business, or don't let the machines tell you what to do. You're the boss of the business. So also be of service. Think about the problems that people are having at each step along that journey, and address those in messaging at the time with a simple tone. Right, where are we? I can't see now. I can't see my can't see my messaging. Okay. Oh, hang on. I can't see what I'm doing. Bear with me. Sorry, I'm on full screen and I need to exit full screen. Hang on. Exit full screen. There we go. Minimize that. Oh, what am I doing? I'm clicking around and I'm there we go. There we go. Right, now I can see. Now, so what am I doing? I'm now. Oh, there we go. So if you see it on the screen, if you see your system, then if you see your journey, then you can systemize it using the tools. Right. So I want everybody to take action. So I want you to get it done. I don't want to just sit here and absorb the information. The goal of this is to take action and to get it done. So whether it's today or while you're listening to me, you can be defining each stage, or take a cup of coffee and do it at a later date and be working on your business. So my goal really is to help you define these stages. So you need to collect and communicate. And then when you're writing your messages, so you write, automate, test, then rewrite, and then review, see how the guests are responding at each point. And then rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's never set and forget. It's never one and done. So the exceptional guest experiences, they're not random, they're designed. And I'm working on your business now will make it very clear in the future for your guests. So time is your only commodity. I want you to be working on your business and not in your business. Set some time. I do this, say, once a month, and you know, because you get caught up in the whole day to day. But it is really good to step back and look at your messaging and go, is that giving me what I need at that particular point? Are my team confused? Am I confused? Are my guests confused? And so see how you can be, you know, tweaking and refining all the time. I'm doing this all the time, and I'm asking the team, all right, what are we needing? What are the guests responding? So it's never set and forget. It is an art. It's a marathon, not a sprint. How many other metaphors can I sort of bring in? So, but every second you save when you're working on your business is more profit in disguise. So efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. So now I want to talk. I'm just conscious of time. So once they trust you, the next yes is easy, right? I want to help you make some more money. So this is some of the science of the guest communication. So now that you've got the bookings, or now that you know how to get the bookings, how do you add value to your communications so that you can be earning more money? Trusted hosts don't discount, they deliver. I don't believe in discounting to get to book businesses. I don't believe in discounts to solve problems. I don't believe in discounts as an incentive to rebook, because guests don't remember how much they paid. They will remember how you made them feel. So let me talk about how to use some tricks in your communication to be more profitable. So first one, psychology to get those 5-star reviews. Now we live and die off our reviews. The algorithms really, you know, just survive on those 5-star reviews. But you can't go out and say, "Hey, give it to me." You've got to be a bit more subtle about that. So here is an example of my actual communications that go out. This is the day after people check in. So that's the second step in my guest journey. So this is my real messaging. And I really do say to people, hey, we pride ourselves on our 5-star review reputation. So if there is anything that doesn't deserve your 5 stars for you, please let us know and we will address it. So we're not actually saying, give us a 5-star review, but we're planting the seeds. We're planting the seeds to say that we kind of expect that you will be happy. So having that built in to just pep it into some of your communications will use psychology to make the guests more likely to give you that 5-star review. Now, I also have a profitable PS strategy. This is where I work with other vendors, tours, tickets, upsells. The moment after they book, so that's like that first step in that guest journey, step 1, that checkpoint, that's when they're most excited about their stay. They're they've clicked yes, they're high, they're looking to be, they've trusted you, they're looking for more. This is where my first message is, of course, hey, thanks for your booking. We're thrilled that you've chosen us. We're thrilled that you've chosen us over all the choices that you had out there, or some language that resonates with you. But people often just skip down to the PS, and this is a missed opportunity for a lot of people. So in the PS, this is where I drop in some upsells. So when they're in the first stage of booking, what else are they thinking about? They're thinking about oh, what else do I need to book? I need to book a tour, or I need to book transport, or I need to book I need to book a food tour or an orientation tour. This is where I put in the PS, and the PS is with a vendor that I get a commission from, and that will be able to, if they book with that person, then I get a kickback. So, but the thing is as well, it's a trust thing. At that moment, you're in a high state of trust uh, with that guest, and they're looking to spend money anyway. So why not capture the money that they were likely to spend anyway? Capture it with a vendor that you trust, that you know is going to deliver excellent quality, and also that um, that you'll get some money from. But at the right time. So at the beginning of the journey, I'll say, hey, what about tours? What about this? What about that? Closer to the time, I have a different PS, which is, oh, have you thought about communication? Do you need an eSIM? Do you need a portable Wi-Fi? That's when I drop in the PS later on, when it's closer to their arrival time, that will give them that, that PS, which will give them a vendor that's more about their comms. So again, it's matching the journey with the with the information that you're trying to give. So that's my upsell strategy. So who has vendors that they work with? Do you want to just chuck it in the chat? I'm always keen to hear what people upsell, whether it's, I do babysitting, tours, Wi-Fi rentals, but there's a lot of options for personal chefs or masseuses or, yoga, whatever that is. So, if you've got some pretty cool upsells, chuck them in the chat and share it all. But remember, timing is everything when you're doing a profitable upsell. Repeat bookings. This is this is the key to our business as well. Getting repeat bookings. It's always easy to book a guest that has stayed with you before and that has loved you before. Reselling to them, and if you want to get really nerdy and marketing about it, you can sort of look at the lifetime value of a guest. Going out and capturing a new guest is more expensive on an operational level than actually reselling to someone who's stayed with you before. So that's why you want to offer some incentive for people to rebook with you. So you want to collect the emails however you want to collect the emails. That's a different, I've only got 30 minutes, so it's a different topic altogether. But you need to have a robust email marketing campaign, because that's, the OTAs, you're not going to be able to resell to the people that have come in through the OTAs. But once they've come to you, that's your intellectual property. That's your customer base. That is gold. Nurture your list. Send them regular love. So what is the psychology of that? So it's having something that's of service. You don't want to have an email marketing campaign which is like buy, right? Because people turn off to that pretty quickly. Think about yourself. When you get up in the morning, what do you do when you go to your email? You've got your mouse hovering over the over the checkboxes. Which are the emails that you can delete? If you have an email program that is giving service, that is giving value, that is helping people waste time, because that's why people open emails, it's to waste time and avoid work. If you give them something to dream about, their past holiday, their future holiday, something about local information, get them to dream, then that is why your emails will be opened more than anyone else, and people won't be deleting them. So be something of value. Because our brand is all wrapped up in our family. So I'm very newsy. I'm like, this is what we've done. These are the interns that we've had. This is what my kid has done at school, because that's what people are interested in. They're interested in my life here because it's so unique. But that's my life. That's my business. You've got to figure out what is important to your guests. Why do they choose you? And what is the information that you can share that's going to be of benefit to them? So be of value. And also, I give a whole bunch of information and a whole bunch of news. Oh, and by the way, these are the tours that you can book. again with my vendors. Here is the new houses that I've just opened, and give them something to dream about, something to fantasize about. That's why people are going to open your emails. But I don't discount. If people are coming back again and again, I actually don't offer a discount. If I really want to be cool, I'll say, hey, if you refer a friend, we'll give you a free breakfast basket. That's $30. $30 that is huge value. So when someone gets there and they've got their breakfast basket, woohoo! That's happy days. That's what they'll remember. They won't remember that you gave them a $30 discount. So give them something they'll remember. So, and I'll just run through this really quickly. This is an orphan day strategy. This is the only time that I break my rule and offer a discount. I'm often on back-to-back bookings here, and I'm not sure if you are as well in your market. But for me, that day, if there's a day or two in between bookings, I'm never going to sell them anyway. Right? It's very hard. But what I do is I reach out to people on either side of an orphan day and offer them, hey, if you want to extend, if you want to come early, if you want to leave late, I'll discount that day for you for 50% off of that normal nightly rate. You weren't going to sell it anyway, and 50% is better than nothing. And you've offered a service. Now, I think if you're on PMS owner res, you can automate that, and that's a little setting that you can do. I'm not on owner res, so I can't automate that. So I kind of do that myself. But there's always ways to automate. And this is the only time that I discount. So my goal is always to delight first, give them great stuff, give them a great experience, profit second, and always upsell. So I've seen in the chat here, so there's charcuterie boards, and there's, what's a small cuterie board? Wow. That sounds fun. Firewood, personal chef, babysitting, dog sitting. Yep, all of those things. So again, you should be making, it's not going to be huge money, but let's work with, also it's an opportunity for you to work with other small businesses in your community and share that love, because that's my love language, is really to work with other hardworking small business owners. The big brands don't need us. It's the small artisans, and that's what our guests want anyway. They want that local experience. Now, I'm going to quickly go through some of the automations, right? So again, I've left this till last because I don't want the machines to be telling you what to do. So now that you've written your messages and you've got at each stage, you've tested them, you've got the timing and the delivery, and you've made sure that they're working for you and your guests. Now play with the tech. So when you automate all of the nuts and bolts, everything at each stage of the journey, that frees up your time and your headspace to be delivering exceptional hospitality and more value. So if your best guest messages could send themselves. So hands up if you've made a file of all your best guest messaging. Oh, why am I off? Oh no, I'm not off. So smart automation is also part of the human touch. So I want you to start where you're at. Have all of the basic PMSs offer basic automation. So Airbnb is the easiest to get started, and use those triggers that Airbnb give you or your PMS based on your milestones. I also want you to be aware of shiny objects. Each of these little tools will cost you money, and some of them don't play well together. So, but don't let a machine tell you about your business. And also create new messages. Listen to your guests. Keep going back and forth. Don't just set and forget it. I want you to, be in control of your messaging. And I know you get busy on a day-to-day basis, like changing light bulbs and doing all the things, but having, being regularly going in and checking to make sure that your guests are well informed and they're well supported is always the goal of excellent hospitality. So you've got the tools. Now go and sprinkle all of that little host magic. One last little thing. Robots can't apologize with heart. So that is still your superpower. Problems will happen. There will be conflicts. There will be problems. But I've got a little acronym I'm going to leave you with on how to deal with any problems. So you can automate everything except for empathy. That's you. So this is a really important acronym. Is it acronym? An acronym. Anyway, you want to handle any conflict. Guests just want to be heard. They want you to, they want to be heard, empathize with them, apologize, which is a really key part, resolve, and then thank them. Thank them for taking the time to let you know how you can be doing better. Now, a resolution is not necessarily giving money. Remember, they've already been happy with the amount of money they've paid. Resolve maybe means sending a cleaner over, sending out, buying them dinner, whatever it is that you need to make it right. Work with the guests. It's not necessarily money that you need to give out. So you lead with empathy and then resolve with grace. Right, quick wins. You've got your worksheet. I want you to rewrite very early in the morning. Rewrite your will welcome message. That's like the first. Just get it done today if you need to. Take a look at your messaging. Automate, or you can automate one guest message. If you're not automating yet, automate one new guest message or an FAQ. And define your brand voice in 3 words. Check your bio on the OTAs. So these are some quick wins that will really elevate, make sure that your brand is shining in all of your comms, in all of your bio. Time is precious and guests don't read the house manuals. So spend some time, progress over perfection, little by little. And just jump in the chat. What is one thing? I'm going to give you a challenge here. What's one thing that you're going to do this week or today? And, let's put it in the chat and let's be accountable. So small changes make the big results.
I think this is awesome, Tracey. I think what you said about, what the guest expectations are, right? It's not always a quick response. It's a, hey, I hear you.
Yes.
Hey, I'm really sorry that this is happening. I know this is not why you got on vacation. By the way, it's not why I got in the business either. I really don't want to be having these conversations. I'm really sorry.
Yes.
I mean, what I learned in my career is that guests expect a perfect response, not a perfect experience.
Correct.
And, you've got to be ready to go. This is such a fluid business. And I really like that. The other thing I really love that you said, because I'm a super I'm very protective of what softwares, what platforms. I remember the first short-term rental seminar or conference, whatever you want to call it, I ever went to. I just remember realizing, holy wow, this is just a huge technology industry. That's what it is.
Mhm.
And baby steps. I wasn't fully integrated on a PMS until we had like 38 listings, I think is what it was. We were just Airbnb and VRBO, and then we synced our calendars because I'm a big fan of just allow the algorithms to do their thing.
Mhm.
So it's got to be the right tool. Now we have plenty of them now, but they're all things that allow our process to scale themselves. They don't dictate our processes, and I
Correct.
think that's
Yes.
really important what you said.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Well,
it's good to do this work first. It's like maybe people just want to jump in with the tools and I just let someone else tell me what to do. Then you're really commoditizing your business. So and it's a real race to the bottom. The hosts that are doing really well are unique and they're offering a great unique experience. And but that means you as the boss has to sit down and figure out your brand, figure out what words, what is the messaging that you want to put out, and don't copy anyone else. It'd be great if I could just give you the template and go, hey, do this and you'll be successful. Well, no, you'll be just an also ran, but and then there's nothing that a guest is going to choose you over somebody else.
yep.
So you are a unique little snowflake, and people want to buy from people. So
Yeah.
let that voice be heard. Mm,
Yeah, I agree. And one other thing I'll tell you guys, and Host Buddy is here. Please go to their booth. Please go check them out. They're fantastic partners.
absolutely.
They're
Hmm.
also it's ran by even better people than they are a company. They're awesome and they've been fluid.
Correct.
They're willing to implement and innovate. And one thing I've learned with them early on, I was like, man, I really don't know if I like it when we first implemented it. I don't know if I like it. I don't know. And then I realized the software is working just fine. It's actually the person that's training the software. This guy, you
Exactly.
needed to do a better job of programming it. So if you don't like the AI message will get better. It's on you. Just get in there,
Exactly.
build it, teach it. Just like you did your kids. If you stop teaching your kids after they fell down the first time, they wouldn't actually have learned how to walk. If you yelled at them for falling, they wouldn't have,
Yep.
right? But you gotta actually look and you gotta train it. You gotta build that thing.
Yep.
So I think that's
Exactly.
cool. Hey, let's talk about one of these. So Kim Herleen says she's going to review which messages the guests actually respond to and assess. What are your
Absolutely.
thoughts on that?
Shorter messaging is always good. Bullet points is great. Big long blocks of text, people just gloss over. People won't read. So have a lot of white space in your messaging. Have a lot of bullet points, and don't overwhelm. Don't like it's the right message at the right time of the journey. So map out the journey and make sure that at each stage that it's giving clear information, because people are busy, they're overwhelmed, you don't, and they're not going to read everything. So make it super super simple,
Yeah,
and get it out at the right times. Hmm.
love that. I don't
Yeah,
know if I missed it.
Host Buddy is great. Like honestly, all the AI tools are fantastic. They will save you a bunch of time, but you have to decide what the brand voice is first. So
Totally.
yeah.
Totally. Love that. All right. How do people want to find you? How do people find you if they want to?
I'm not a woman of mystery. I'm not a woman of mystery, Farad. I'm look, if you're coming to Tokyo, like it's not compulsory to come and stay at one of my places, to be honest. Like, because I have a lot of different places, different sizes, and it's not for everybody. I get that. So, but if you're in town, come and have a coffee with me for sure. But also, I'm easy to find through my blog. I've got a YouTube channel. I'm one of the hospitable host community. So yes, that's me. As I said, I'm not hard to find.
Awesome. I love that. Let's everybody give Tracey a round of applause, a virtual one. Let's go. She
Yes,
got a ton of value. Thank you so much.
look, it's 5 a.m. here, so
Hey, we
my
we
coffee
can't
hasn't kicked
tell.
in yet.
We cannot tell. Great job, Tracey. Appreciate you so much for being up here so early.
Thank you.
All
Thanks,
right.
everyone.
All right. Don't go too far, guys. We're coming right back at you.